Okay, so this is fine. This is my name. Okay, I didn't say about changing your name, right? Yeah, you have to change your name. That's good. People have done that's good. But here it didn't change the name. So, and this test case is not executed. You see this? Okay. So let's see here pretty quick. Okay. So here's one thing I want to tell that you don't have to put the screenshot here. See, here's the thing. You want to make this thing a little bit neat, right? You want to, you don't want to clog all the information here, okay? Because nobody will be looking at this, your screenshots, okay? So nobody will be, worrying about this, what's this all about, okay? So all this attachment, nobody will be care. And this looks, this doesn't look so, the presentation, what, the presentation skill should be there. So here, the way you're presenting, yeah, you may be right, you may be, I'm not saying it's wrong or something. What I'm saying here is, it should look a little bit professional, okay? Professionalism, okay? It should look professional. Here, by adding all this here, this clogs a lot of information and no one is actually looking to that, okay? So that is really not so professionalism, okay? So that's what I want to say. So, um, okay, if you have done, that's good. You know what to do now, but don't clog all the information here. That's the reason I told you to take one Microsoft Word and put all the screenshot in there. Okay, so that will be more, it looks good instead of clogging all the information here. Okay, okay. So let's see here. Okay, so you don't have to specify all this here. Just put one that it should be good. Okay. Um, Yeah, here you could, yeah, you could put this here for your information. Okay, so attachment, what your attachment you have put, right? This should be here, okay, not in the test case. Okay, this is a result. Okay, this is not a test case, this is a result. You're failing it, that's fine. All that should be put here, not in the test case. Okay, okay. So you see this now. If you want to look at my test case, no, I just put here test cases. You see this? Okay. I didn't put any screenshots here because not that I cannot do it. It's like, I want to look like a professional guy, right? I don't want a lot of information clogging here. And no one, you know what? No one will be looking at this, your screenshots. No one. See, the reason why I told you to document is this for your own, benefit because, when you are stuck somewhere, right? You want to, help yourself, right? If you have the screenshot documents, you would be showing to your boss saying that, hey, what we did right, but um, what happened to it, we don't know. But this is a screenshot, so that's the reason for you. But it really doesn't matter because nobody is technically, no one is looking into that. Only it is helpful when it comes to the audit team, right? When audit team looks to your test cases, then they want, they really want to talk about it and want to see the evidence what you're trying to do. Otherwise, here it's not really required. Okay, so let's go to the next. Yeah, good morning. Okay, so here we see this. Yeah, here it's good, right? I mean, it should look professional, right? What is the input and what is expected? Okay, you don't want to clog a lot of information in putting that uh, images. Not that you cannot do it, it's like you don't want to do it, okay, because uh, you want to look like professional, right? Professional myself. And moreover, use a proper, proper. thing to do it. You don't want to put everything individual level. Just use MS Word as I showed you yesterday, right? Use Microsoft Word or any other document. Put all the document into that and put in one document. That should look good. You don't want to put individual level. Okay. Okay. So here somebody has written, but they didn't updated their name. Okay. Okay. So I didn't say that. Maybe I forgot to say it. So, but they didn't execute the test case, and there's nothing here. Okay. Okay. And someone actually has done a different user story. Okay. Let me look into this. So you don't want to put. Okay, so here, you know what? This is called objective. So the objectives, this is something which you have to put what you are trying to do. That's the objective. What's the objective here? Objective you are trying to do is functional testing, or manual testing, or regression testing, or ETL testing, or so on. But we are not trying to do any of these here, right? So that these are the parts in what we are going to test. Okay, that's the internal level. You don't want to put in the objective all this information here, right? This is the plain and simple. What's the objective? That means what is the main theme of your test case, right? What is the main theme of your test case? Functional testing, okay, sanity testing, or but or if there is any other validation, data validation, that's also fine. Okay, ETL testing, that's fine. Software testing, but we are not worried any specific of that application here. That's not really appropriate to put here. Does it make sense? It's not appropriate to put all this information in objective. Okay, so make sure you guys don't do that mistake. And let's see here. Okay, you guys have attachment. Let me pretty quick check this. Okay, so you don't want to document defects in this. Okay, what you want to do is you want to document your process, your steps, not defects. Okay, so make sure you guys do it right. So here you don't want to document any defects because this is the result. Document what you're trying to do. If it's inconclusive, you need to open defects. Or what you need to do, you need to talk to your lead or talk to your team member and saying that, hey, this is what it is. How can we work on this? Okay. Okay. And moreover, actually, you know what? You guys don't read the instructions. What I told was just let me recheck what I sent. Okay. Okay. So no, you know what? What I told you guys is no one have to create user story in this Kumba. So what I meant was you need to create your test cases here. Okay, in this. So okay, no one. So this was a clear instruction for you. No one have to create any user story. Okay, you guys need to work on these instructions. I don't think you guys are reading these instructions properly. So you don't want to create. You don't want to do something which is it's told you clearly. If you don't, somebody said to you, let's say your boss said, don't do it. Now you don't go and do it, right? That you will be in trouble. Okay, so make sure you guys don't do it if it's clearly said to you. Okay, so now let's go to okay. Now you guys have finished your testing. Finished your test cases and you have executed it, and some of them has failed. Okay, and now you want to open defects, right? Now, okay, so just because you found some defect doesn't mean it is a bug, right? Again, I repeat, just because you found something doesn't mean it's a bug. You need to check with some document, or document doesn't work. You need to check with lead, or check with someone who is responsible for this, and then open a defect. Okay, you just cannot open a defect. Now you say, hey, you know what? I found a bug. Now I'll open this, and I know the developer. I put the developer name here, and you can't do that. Okay, so that's really not appropriate. Okay, that's not the way to do it. You need to have a coordination with the team to open a defect. Okay, so let's say you have, you talk to the lead, you talk to the team member, you had meetings, you figured out what to do. So your lead said, why don't you open a defect? Okay, so once you got a confirmation from the lead that it's a defect, then I'll go here, from in the defect section, and I'll open a defect. So here, let's open a defect here. Say, so shipping and handling, the same defect what I'll be opening. So here the naming convention is important. Okay, and let's put as shipping and handling issue, add with details. So here what you want to do is, please turn off the button here, but you want to give some, few words what the exact issue is, and then you want to add which project it is, right? I would say like GFMO online project, right? So you want to give some hint on the project, what's this project is all about, and you want to write. So if it's open my name, I'll just put as my name. So here what you can do is, since there's only one user ID, I'm putting my name. This name should be yours. In real time, you don't have to put this name. In real time, what you'll be putting, if it's a critical issue, you want to write is critical issue, a production issue. So this is really not required, but it's like in my personal opinion, because whenever I try to open, right, if developer gets, I want to get attention of the developer saying that, hey, this is the production defect, why don't you fix it? So that's the reason I use this. Okay, I'll just put as production, uh, production issue or critical issue. Okay, a priority issue. I'll just put so that it gets attention of the developer. And so, but here just put it your name for now. Okay, so this is the naming convention you need to follow. Okay, so this you don't have to do unless you want to get attention saying that, hey, what, this, why don't you fix on this. This is small wordings, what exactly the issue is, and this is the project. Okay, now let's go one by one. So here, what is the defect state? You want to put what is the defect state here, and here it's, see, You want to put as open, you don't want to put as submitted. So this is a very small thing. This small thing can get you a big trouble for you. Okay, this is very small thing. Defect state is open. So whenever you open a defect, it has to be in open status always, unless you're working future project or something in document issue which you are not looking to open defect, but you want to put it aside. So you put a submitted status. Okay. Otherwise, unless and otherwise, you want to put it open. You cannot put defect in submitted status. Okay. Let's say what could happen to this, what could possibly go wrong on this putting and just submitted, and what could happen. So what happens, right? If you put submitted and you forgot, let's say you forgot about this issue, you are working a lot of projects, 3 to 4 projects, and you put submitted, and it's been 1 week, 2 weeks, and you've lost on this because you're working on a different project, and this was gone, and somehow you were not, you didn't took attention on this, and you forgot about this. Now you get a call. You get a call from your boss. Hey, you know what? Why don't you stop by at my desk? Okay. Now your boss says, okay, what the defect is all about this? Why this defect is in submitted status? Why not in open status? Okay. And that's a very valid question, right? And that's from your boss, directly from your manager, asking a question, simple question. Why the state is in submitted state? Why not in open state? It's been more than 1 week. What's going on with this? Okay, that's a valid question. You need to answer. Now you cannot you cannot say no. I forgot about this. No, I don't remember. No, that's really not an answer here. Okay, because no, after that, okay, after that you may not, be able to, you may not be really in good shape if you say that kind of answer. No, I forgot. I don't, because you are, you have been experienced guy, you're a professional guy, and you have an experience of 7 years, or, whatever. Even if you don't have experience, that's fine. But that professionalism shows about you that you said put it submitted and you forgot. No, that's really not an answer. So that's the problem with this. Okay, so make sure what you're doing. Okay, each and every module here is important. So make sure what you're trying to do. Defect status should always be open. Submitted status. Okay, you only put if it is really from your lead, or if you said no, don't put in open status, put in submitted. We'll talk about this and that. Okay, so that kind of things, that's fine. But you don't want to put a submitted and say at the end I forgot. Okay, and let's see defect state. Now this is D. D is defined, P is in progress, and you have CC is completed and A is accepted. Okay, here what our job is to move the status. Okay, this is to progress. Okay, this is also you need to do this. Okay, there's 2 things, and then you can check it out here, whatever you want, you can put it here. And the status, if you want to block this, you can block it. Block in sense you cannot, move forward with this defect, right? You cannot move forward, and okay, that means it's blocked. Blocked for some reason. You need to put reason if it is blocked. You see this? There's a reason. If there is no reason, that's not good. You need to put reason saying that, hey, you know what, developer is working on this, and I cannot proceed my test cases because of this. So this gets escalated very quick. If this blocked, should not be blocked, right? Okay, if it's ready, you just tick mark that it's ready. Okay, and you want to put some plan estimates. Let's say this is really more of a developer point of view, because the owner of the defect is a developer, not a tester, right? Does it make sense? The owner of a defect is a developer, not a tester. So that's the reason this gets supposed to get updated by developer. Okay, you're not supposed to write here most of the time, unless unless they specified, or from the management perspective. Otherwise, you're not writing here. Okay, description. Okay, this is what you need to write. So here what I would be writing here is, okay, so what I'll put is when, okay, now when I'm trying to order large quantities, shipping and handling fee is showing as $5. Okay, this is good, but a developer doesn't understand this. It says that what are you talking about? Because they are working on so many projects. You cannot just say this and say, I created debate. This doesn't work that way. Because if you are even doing it, you will lot of having ping pong issues. No developer says something, you are saying something, that guy doesn't understand properly, you didn't understand properly. It's a lot of issues. So what you want to do is, as you know, the picture speaks, picture says 1,000 words. So better always put a screenshot here. So okay, so I'll just put the screenshot here saying that. So here is my bug. So I'll take this screenshot. And I will try to highlight this, say, put this. So they'll get what I'm trying to say. Okay, highlight that, and I want to save this. Effect. And see here I have option, I have the option to, insert image right in here in this box. So I can do that. Okay, great. No, okay, good. Now it's like, this is showing, what so when you put this screenshot, right, that will help you a lot. I mean, not just you, but everyone. Because if you put only few information and leave it, that's fine. Once you get in experience with you may not worry about the screenshots and all this. But to start with, you want to do this because once you get experience in the company, you know how they work, the way they are working on. So you may not always use the screenshot option, but okay, you need to put the screenshot to start with because developer has to know what's the wrong about. Okay, or if you URL, that's also good because this shows a lot of information here, right? What is the shipping and handling and how this is getting, and this is URL, how it's getting updated here. Okay, so all this thing. Now this should be good. Okay, and now we want to put the owner. On the right side, you have this owner. Who is the owner for this? Owner is always a developer. Okay, The owner of the defect is never a tester. Okay. And if you want to change the project, you can also do that. Which project does it belongs to? Okay. And this is the user story. Okay. And you can also choose the test case. Which test case does this has failed? Do you remember in test case here? Yeah. Which test case? Okay. You can add test case here, and tags. You can add tags too. We have few tags. Very good. Cube online, and yeah, you can add the tag. Okay, so once you have done that, you need to fill all this information here. Okay, you shouldn't put it blank. Okay, without filling information, you cannot put, because this has to go to the right place. A lot of people are working, and if it ends in the wrong place, your defect will not get fixed. Okay, so you want to put, fill up all this information. Now, which environment does it belongs to? Is it development environment or test environment? If you have, this in my first two classes, I told you, right? There are three major environments. What we'll be working on, that is, dev environment, test environment, production environment. So that's what it is. Okay, that's what we are talking about. So there is staging too. So if you think you are doing an ETL, then you need to put in staging too. So here we just put as test. Okay, and then you want to put as priority. Okay, so let's talk about this priority and severity. Okay, and this priority. Okay, so what is severity? Severity is the impact of bug, right? You are opening a bug, because of that, what is it impacting? Okay, that's the impactness. Okay, it might be production issue, it might be data loss, it might be, it can be anything. Because of this issue, what is happening? Okay, that's called severity. Severity is the impact of bug. What is impacting. Priority is, severity is more related to tester point of view. Priority is more related to development point of view. Okay, priority is how soon the defect should be fixed, how soon the bug should be fixed. It's called priority. Okay, that means you are telling developer that how soon it should be fixed. Okay, and severity is because of that impact. What is happening to us. So that's the severity. Okay, so let's see here. Severity, you have the option. Okay, so if there's any cosmetic issue, you can put as cosmetic here. So let's see if cosmetic issues are like, just like the text, spelling mistake, something with spelling mistake, or it can be in this color should be blue color, light green color, but it's showing different color. So that kind of issues are called severity issue. I'm sorry, cosmetic issue. So you put here as cosmetic. Okay, and then you want to go as a minor problem. So this is called, see, this is defined as step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 1 is high. Okay, now let's go to a minor problem. Minor problem is like, let's say here we have opened some issue, right? So shipping and handling fee. That's called minor problem. Then you have this major problem. Major problem, we can give an example. Let's say you are writing a test cases, and suddenly something happened. The website is not working. Okay, and it's not working, and it's suddenly showing this page. Okay, so that is major problem. Why it's a major problem? Because you are blocked. You're blocked with your test cases. You cannot proceed your test cases because your website itself is not showing up. Right? It's supposed to show something, and it's saying server error. So that's the reason you put this major problem. Or it can also be, the problem can also be crash or data loss. Okay, this crash and data loss is more for a production point of view. Okay, but you can also use for testing, no big deal, but make sure what kind of issues is, then you need to put this, step 1. So this is called step 1. Okay, so here we just put as minor. And priority, so this priority, goes with severity. If it is 4, then you want to put as normal. Okay, if it is cosmetic, then you want to put as low, because Priority is like, you're telling developer what, how the defect is, okay, how soon it should be fixed. So you're saying low, okay, don't, it's not really that important, but it should be fixed, but it's a low, okay. Then if it is a minor problem, then you want to go as normal. It's a normal issue, so okay, don't worry about it. It's normal, we get a lot of issues. Major problem, then you want to put as high attention, you want to give it high attention or resolve immediately, okay. So a major problem can be both, either resolved immediately or high attention. Crash or data loss should be resolved immediately. Now there is no such thing like, if you want to put crash or data loss and this priority will be low. No, there is no such thing. If you came across such thing, let me know. I'm not seeing such kind of issues in my life. Okay. But normally if it's a crash and data loss, you don't put the priority as low. It should be always in resolve immediately or at the max high attention. So it doesn't even go to normal too. Because crash and data loss, you're not working on normal, which is really need to give high attention. So that's how it goes, right? Severity and priority goes both as parallels. Okay, so here just put as minor problem and normal. Okay, submitted by, if somebody else is submitting, you want to put that, the person names. If you are the person, then you need to put your name, creation date, and this is disabled for some reason. And found in build. So if you don't know build, so this can be updated by developer, but developer may not put that build number, might not work, but fixed in build should be updated by developer. I mean, not exactly developer, whoever the guy is responsible for this defect. Okay, it may not have always be developer, right? It can be document issue. It can be, it can be, architectural issue. Okay, such kind of things, not always developer issue. Okay, so that's what they have to. The person who is responsible for the defect should be putting this. Okay, target build again should be put by the developer. Resolution. So resolution is again updated by developer, but here you have options here. Okay, so what kind of resolution is it? Is it a user interface issue or software limitation? And if they think it's not really a defect, that means if you really come up with a wrong defect, then they will reject it and saying this is not a defect. Okay, or if you are not given proper information, they'll say need more information on this. Okay, if there is a duplicate, then you put this duplicate. There is you are not putting, of course, the guy who is responsible for this defect, he will be changing this. It's architecture issue, code change, configuration change, or database change. Okay, so this is the resolution. We are not going to update this. Target dates, we know the target date is 21st, so we put as 21st. Release note. So this is something, if you have any release notes, you put this yes, you can put the information, what's the release, all this about. That means they're installing some patch, and because that patch got issue, you want to put that, so you want to put release notes, so what they're trying. So of course, this is really not your job to do it, okay, unless you are specified to do it, okay. Then you go to the defect documentation. So if you think that defect is also affect documents, then you want to put it in yes. Okay. If not, then no. Then we just put it no. Then you have these two options: Salesforce case ID, case number. Let's say you're working on some CRM. Okay, so that's a Salesforce CRM, right? And that is something which is other than Rally. Okay, this is not related to Rally, and this is a different thing altogether. But if there is, let's say there is a case number that is related to this, you want to put this case ID. But here we'll just leave it alone. This is really not a mandatory field unless you're working with a CRM or Salesforce specifically. Okay, so otherwise it's not really required. Okay, so we want to put schedule. These things. If there's an iteration, you can do it. Expedite, milestone. And notes, if you have any notes on this, you can update these notes. And once you have done all this, you want to create. and click on done. Okay, so we have successfully opened a defect. Any questions so far? Okay, somebody asked, right, what is staging in environment and what the expedient field. Okay, so somebody asked, right? Okay, somebody asked a question that what is really a staging environment? If you are actually following my classes from first, so okay, I never talk about staging environment, right? Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. When you are working on ETL, so that's the staging environment comes into the picture. But otherwise in QA, it's really, it don't have a staging environment technically, okay? In ETL, what you have is, once you have the source is normally production refresh, not exactly production, um, production refresh, and that is really very important. And then you have the staging area where you can update your tables, you can update your data on those, and then you have the target. So now the target is test environment. Staging environment is the difference between the source and target, and source is kind of, um, that's not really a, production environment, but it could be in test or it can be in dev environment. So that's how the three environments, okay, production environment, test environment, and dev environment. Okay, so those are environments. Then can be n number of environments. It's just not 3 or 4 most test environment, staging environment. No, there can be n environments, but for the ease of convenience, we'll take just only 3. Okay. So let's say if there's some performance guys working on it. Okay, they might have performance environment, right? Now they can have the sub levels here like QA environment 1, QA environment 2, QA environment 3, so on. So what is actually these environments? Environments are, you can take it as server. Okay, one server is for you, second server is for them, third server for them. You can take it that way, but really it doesn't have to be that way. But for ease of convenience, you can take that. It's like different server altogether, right? So that's called environment. Okay. And expedient, somebody asked an expedient. So expedient is something, let's say this is a critical issue. Oops. Let's go to a different section. Let's go back here. And this would be 396, that is defect 396. And you know what? This is a ready button and there is an expedient. Okay, here we go. So this expedient is something like you're in rush and you want to finish this as quickly as possible. Why you're in rush? Because the severity is in crash and data loss, and you don't have time for fix this. This should be it's done like by today itself, because you don't want to waste your time in executing it, because the test cases are blocked because of this defect, because you cannot proceed this. That's the reason you want to put expedient. Okay, because if you are losing this, then you will be your boss will follow up with you saying that, hey, what's up with this? Why didn't you put expedient if it is very important? Put expedient. You put ready for everything should be because this should be fixed by today. Whoever is working. So I don't care what it's tomorrow. This is last day, and we want to move this forward. So that's the reason we want to put expedient. Okay, does it make sense? Any more questions? Okay, so once you show up here, you have this rank. Okay, somebody got updated here. Last time this was not updated. So rank. This is the defect ID which is assigned to you. This is automatically assigned. You're not the one who wants to choose this number. So this is, numbers is automatically assigned by Rally. D396 is the defect ID. And name, what's the name of this? Okay, and the what's the name of this issue, And user story, what user story is it? And these are all like all in one place, so that you can figure it out. And you can also change right from here. You see this? You can change it right from here. You can change it. Priority state, is it open state? If you want to close it, you can do this here. You don't have to click on this defect and do this. You can rightly change right from here. Okay, so you are done with this defects. Okay, so let's move to a little bit more advanced to this. So I'll be giving you homework on this. Okay, make sure you guys do the homework. And I don't want any user stories created for this again. Okay, because I'm specifying in the requirements. If you have any, I'm specifying the instructions. Just understand the requirements, understand the instructions, okay, properly. If you want to create your own, you cannot do that because you're not told to. Okay, so here's the thing: once you have told the boss, you follow the instructions from your boss, right? If your boss told don't do it, then you don't do it. If you do it, then it's up to you how to handle that. Okay, so now this is what the defect section is. Now let's go to the reports. Okay, let's talk about these reports. So there are two reports, actually two kinds of reports. One is project level and one is the team level. Team level reports are kind of want to see your performance, okay, how you are doing, what you are doing, and project level is more related to how the project is moving. Okay, this is moving. How is it slow? Is it is it properly done? Is it done? So those kind of things. Okay, so there are two kinds of reports. Okay, let's say here. So the good thing here is you're not writing any reports here. This tool Rally is automatically generating for you. Okay, so let's say there are a lot of reports. So this is mostly done by a QA lead point of view. Unless you are a senior, if you are a senior QA guy or lead, okay, you will be working on this because your boss told, okay, why don't you create this report and give it by end of today? Okay, I want this report. So then you have to work on this and get the reports. Okay, so here there are lot of options. If you go in the report section, there's a burn down, there's iterations gone up, velocity. Okay, let's try to click here and see what only for us only this report is working. Defects by priority. Okay, so these are all defects, and this graph is generated for you, and this is x-axis. You see this x-axis is the dates, and the number of defects is arise in these days. Okay, so now once you get hold of this report, then you want to send it to your boss, right? So what you want to do is go ahead and click on page tools, that is located in the right corner, upper right corner, and click on this, and you want to click on email. You can also export it as PDF or JPEG format. I want to email, you can email here. Okay, this option comes up. And you know what? You want to put whom you want to email. Okay, you want to add CC yourself, you can do that. Okay, now if you want to include your recipient, you can do that here. We'll just leave it alone and click on send. Okay, so here you see this, your message has been queued for delivery. So now that report will be going to your boss directly. Okay, so this is how you can generate your reports. And let's say there are reports that are which are not there here. Okay, there might be most possibility that the reports may not be available right here. Then you can put design your own reports. What you have to do is you can customize your own report, clicking on add new option, which is located in the upper right corner. Just once you put this add new, Okay, now you want to select what kind of data you want. You want to sum up with, uh, let's say we take this number of items, estimate, and then you want to, uh, how do you want to break it up with this? Okay, want the environment or priority. Once you do that, you can also add more creation date, and then you can add filters on this. So let's say you don't want this iteration, and you can choose this. You don't want these reports about this, and then you want to run it, and you get the report. Just click what happens. Okay, we don't get any here for the time being, but yeah, you can also do this. Okay, so this is a custom report. You can design yourself. Okay, this you can generate your own report. Okay, so let's say meanwhile you've got this report here. You get this report from your boss. I mean, your boss will get this report saying that who sent it and what's the report is all about. Okay. Okay, great. You know what? We actually got this. So this is how you can do it, and you can email this to. So that is the best part. You know what? Is most of the test management tool has this. Not just Rally and not just HPLM, not just Jira. Most of actually is supposed to have this. This is actually the mandatory because this is more of a project level report. Okay. Then let's go to here. Let's say team level reports. Actually, there's nothing like team level report or project level report, but it's like, you want to send report to your boss because your boss, requested, right? So you want to send this. So that's how you can send it. So let's go here back to our test cases. Let's click on test cases here. Now, let's say your boss wants this report here on this test case. So what you want to do is go to action and go ahead and click on print report. If you do that, you can just leave this as default and print. Okay. Now this is good. Now everything shows up like who is preparing what, what kind of information is there. Everything is here, and what you want to do is click on print to do this print. Now, luckily, if you are working on Chrome browser, then this will help you out to create a PDF document here. Okay. Unfortunately, there is no email option here, so you only way to do is this by by using PDF. Okay, PDF and put it in and send it to email. So this is how it looks once you. So this is like test case report. So whatever test cases you have prepared, all will be showing up here. And you can email this to your boss saying that okay, so this is it. If you want to this is the result, right? If they want to download this, they can really download this. Okay, just from this report. Just click on this and just they can download that. Okay. So the similar way you can do is one more you can do is um, for the defects. Okay, go ahead and click on defects, and you can generate report for this too. To generate report, so this is it will be different here. Okay, so what you can do here is, so there is no really this option to do this, right? What you want to do is you can do export to CSV. See here, there's no option to put a PDF. We can do PDF, but really we can do this option, but there's another option, export to CSV. Let's see how this is. CSV is comma separated value and can be opened in Excel, right? So click on export on CSV. Once it's done, you see this. Let's see here. Okay, so this shows up here. Okay, what ID here and what is the name of the defect and who opened it, what are exactly the requirement. This is how it goes. Okay, so this is how it works for this defect section. Okay, does it make sense? Now, if you want, let's say if you're working on this defect and this defect is done, so what you can do here is you can go ahead and click on this and click here. You want to strike. You click OK. This is how you can change the defect's priority. Once the defect is fixed, you want to remove this and put as strike out that this defect is done. There's no more working on it, and you can do that too in this Excel. Okay, so that's how you can do in the report. Okay, in the defects reports. Okay, and you can also import defects. That's a good thing. This was I don't think this was before in Rally, but they really came up with this. They have this. Let's see very quick. Okay, they have this import template. If you have many defects here, so this is how you can put n number of defects and import here. So once you import, so all the defects can be shown here itself, right? But that has to be related to the project. Unless you're working in the project, there are plenty of defects then you can do. But it's up to the projects, how the project is being handled and how it is. So that's the thing. So this was more, for HPLM. Actually, HPLM used to have this, but these guys have came up with this. But I don't think it has for. I don't have for test cases. But yeah, okay. So they have for defects. They can import the data if there is any defects. You can import here. Okay, but it has to be related to the project or particular user story. Okay, other than you cannot import. Okay. Okay, so that's the pretty much about Rally. Any questions so far? Any questions in the whole Rally? So we are actually done with the Rally. If you have any questions, you can ask, or you can unmute your mic and you can go ahead and ask any question in Rally. So you guys have access to this. You can work on this. Okay. Make sure you get a good hold of this tool. I mean, again, I want to repeat this again and again. Not that we are not listening or something. What I want to say is, don't get used to this tool. A tool is okay. Today I'm saying Rally. Tomorrow you'll be using Jira, right? Let's show you that quick here. Okay, tomorrow you'll be using Jira here. And the same thing you will be doing here. See this? Now, if you say, I don't know, this is a new tool, I don't know how to open defects, I don't know how to create a status. No, that doesn't, that is not really an answer here. Because I told you, Rally, you got comfortable with this tool. Don't get comfortable with this tool. Because you may or may not use this tool. Okay? What I'm trying to say is get used to the process, creating test cases, positive scenario, negative scenario, boundary values, or whatever the test cases you have to create. Execute the test cases and open the defects, coordination with the team members, coordination with other people. Okay, so all this you need to get used to. Not the tool, right? Tool I have only giving you for ease of convenience, but it's not really necessary you will be using only this tool in your project. It can be any tool, right? Just like Jira, it can be Jira. So now once I've told you this, now you say no, I don't know Jira. You cannot say that, okay? Because I've told you motion things here, okay? So That's pretty much. So let's quickly check. So tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we'll going. Oh no, tomorrow you may not like this class because a lot of people are saying like, no, it is not good because tomorrow we'll be working on different documents. So I'm just telling you beforehand, you may not like it because this is more of a theoretical point of view. So these days we work on really on the software point of view. Okay, this is software give access. We work on it, open defects. Work on this application. That was um, you know QA point of view. But here, this is more of a theoretical point of view. This is something which you need to understand it, but not something to do something. You're not really doing here anything. This is something to you to understand what you have to do in this. Okay, what is your contribution in this? But really, it's nothing to do. It's like a framework. It's a framework where you get used to. So tomorrow's class you may not really like it, but it's good. You need to attend this, so you want to understand some of the theoretical concepts, so that it will help you in along. So we work on SDLC, STLC, bug lifecycle, and various documents here. Okay. So tomorrow, I'll be also giving you access to the Google Drive that will help you to get some documents. Okay. And see what kind of documents you'll be working on. What is BRD, what is SRS, what is test plan documents. Of course, test cases we have worked in it. But all the documents you'll have access to this by tomorrow. Okay. So you can have you can have a look on this. Okay, so I'm giving you homework. Okay, on defects. Make sure you guys read the instructions properly. Okay, if you have any questions in the instructions, email me beforehand or email me by today. Okay, I'll be giving you. So you'll be having 1 hour, right? Let's say I'm giving you 4 p.m. EST, right? I'll be sending all the documents, all the recordings before 4 p.m. EST. So let's say even if you get by 4 p.m., you have 1 hour time to understand the instructions. If you don't know what I'm trying to say, look into this and you can send me an email or you can call me. Okay, it's up to you. So it's better to email if I don't respond the call, but make sure you guys see the instructions. Okay, because I don't want something which you don't work other than instructions, because that's what you'll be doing in your job, right? In your job, if you don't do what your boss is saying, there's no point, right? Your boss said something, and if you're doing other than that, that's not good. Okay. Okay. If no one have any questions, can we close this class for today? Okay. Um. Thank you, guys.